It's foggy and drizzly right now. It doesn't really stay that way, though. We've got a cold front coming through. That does bring some changes. We'll talk about the timing of that and what it means for your rain chances coming up.
The parents of a Texas A&M student who fell from a high-rise have hired two prominent Texas attorneys to get them answers and justice. What we don't know this morning about her cause of death.
Plus, why a driver who police say hit and killed a woman is not expected to face charges.
It goes to Wagner, catches, shoots, it's blocked out of bounds by Cornett, and that is the end of the game.
All right, the block and the pose right there, giving our San Antonio Spurs a big win in Orlando. Coming up, we're going to show you more of these final moments that led up to this big play of the day.
Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
All right, good morning to everyone out there. Thank you very much for being with us on this Thursday. A bit of a rainy start. I'm Margie Marquez.
And I am Daphne Gray. I'd love to see the celebration happen like that on the court. You see how happy they are?
That was cool. Yeah, they were excited.
A lot of people might not be too happy when they get out on the roadways and they see this kind of weird, nasty drizzle mist.
Yeah, all the above.
And then on top of that, it's supposed to be getting cold.
Yeah, it's going to get colder. So we're waiting up front. It doesn't feel that cold right now, but it is going to get colder as the day wears on. And as RJ and Alex are going to tell you here in just a few minutes, the road conditions are not great. So if you're heading out the door right now, just know that. Grab the umbrella. You'll probably want a coat too after those temperatures start falling a little bit later this morning. Here's the Authority radar. And look, none of this is very heavy, but it's just that kind of drizzle and light rain that will make the roads very, very slick and just not fun to drive on. And it's enough to where, yes, you probably do want an umbrella. We have some more steady rain, if you want to call it that, up around Bernie, stretching up towards just south of Fredericksburg into parts of Hayes County, and then here around San Antonio, it's been mainly just sort of a drizzly type scenario with some fog mixed in there too. Now, once the front comes through, that should eliminate the fog, but we'll still get some showers behind the front, and yes, it will turn cooler. So the front's about right there. You can see the difference in temperatures. It's 40 in San Angelo. We're still at 56. But once it moves through, we'll see a gradual decrease in temperatures. 50 at noontime, 50 at 2 o'clock. And then down into the upper 40s probably by this afternoon. Now, I'm going to turn down rain chances a little bit by the afternoon. That's not to say we won't see some drizzle or light showers, but maybe not as widespread. And at 5 o'clock, we're all the way down to 48. But we will see more showers by tomorrow morning, and that means another damp commute on your Friday. We're going to look into all that, plus the weekend, which shows some improvements coming up. But we toss it over now to your traffic authority, RJ Marquez. Is it messy out there, RJ?
Yeah, getting very messy out there for our drivers. Justin, this just popped up on our TransGuide camera feed. Right now, this is going to be 37, and I just looked at the website. This is going to be 90 westbound traffic over to 35. Excuse me, not 37, 90 at 35. So this is going to be south of the downtown area, kind of that west side traffic. And again, this just showed up, and this is being reported as a crash right now. You can see as our folks get on 90 west to parts of 35. We also are clearing out an accident near the San Antonio airport. So this is actually a bit of good news because a lot of concerns here. This is going to be 281 South right here at Sunset Road and the Sprucewood area south of 410, south of the airport. But take a look at some of the rain that we're still seeing on that camera. So they just cleared that out. Again, quick work by our emergency officials and our crews to get that one out of the way. Another shot here at our traffic over at 410 on the southwest side of town. Ray Allison Boulevard, very, very drizzly out there. Slick roads, Old Pearsall Road as well. So let's go to the west side right now because we do have Alex Gomez over here after a crash shutting down parts of Highway 151 over by 90. So let's check in with Alex in Drive Cam for the very latest.
Yeah, good morning, RJ. And this scene has been here for over an hour now. It was actually here before the 5 a.m. hour, and we are making some slow progress over here. So we have two wreckers, one for the tractor, one for the trailer for that 18-wheeler. And so it's going to be here for much longer now. So 151 eastbound is going to be completely shut down at 36th Street. You have to exit right there and then wait for that stoplight once you get closer to 36th Street. Your best alternate route right now is to exit early, exit Callahan Road, take that all the way down to Highway 90. That way you can bypass all of the slowing on the access road close to 36th Street now, RJ.
Okay, very valuable information there. Alex on the west side of town. Coming up in just a bit, we'll give you a look at your inbound drive times. Let's go to Patty with our top story.
Hey there, good morning. I'm Patty Santos. The grieving parents of a 19-year-old Texas A&M student, Brianna Aguilera, who died after falling from a high-rise, have hired two prominent Texas attorneys, one of them based right here in the San Antonio area, to investigate her cause of death. Manuela Aguilera and Stephanie Rodriguez hired the San Antonio-based Gomez law firm and Houston's Busby law firm to represent them. We are now waiting on a special news conference from the Busby law firm scheduled for Friday. Austin police say the 19-year-old fell from the 17th floor of a building. At first, they said there was nothing suspicious and that they weren't treating it as a homicide. But after questions from KSAT, police clarified the case is still open and under investigation. Now, in a statement posted on social media, Busby said, in part, quote, Brianna's parents firmly believe there is much more information that needs to be discovered regarding their daughter's death. They feel certain this was not an accident. This was certainly not a suicide. This family deserves straight answers, end quote. On Friday at 1 p.m., the Houston law firm will hold a news conference with Brianna's parents. The Gomez law firm will also have a news conference on Friday, but the time and place are still being set. Now, getting answers to the questions around her death in Austin have really not been easy. The Travis County Medical Examiner's Office has still not determined how she died. However, we wanted to know what all goes into an autopsy and what they reveal and how long that takes, not just in this case, but in really any other case. Now, criminal justice attorney Carl Alexander explains a cause of death can be a number of different things: a gunshot wound, a heart attack, drug overdose, or something else. However, the manner of death is not the same as cause. It adds context to how a person died, and it fits into 5 different categories here in Texas. It could be homicide, suicide, accidental, undetermined, and natural. And he adds that a toxicology report is often also ordered for these types of autopsies.
They're going to be looking for any course drugs, both illegal and legal. They're going to be looking for if they had any alcohol in their system. They're going to be looking at their general blood work too.
And the time frame of when an autopsy should be done really widely varies. That's because there are so many different types of variables regarding the type of case, additional reports that might be needed, the size of the medical examiner's office, and the workload that they are seeing in any given time. And all of these hopefully will be questions that these law firms will be able to answer for this family. Reporting live this morning, I'm Patty Santos.
Thank you very much, Patty. Well, we've learned a driver who hit and killed a woman on the south side is not expected to face charges this morning. 63-year-old Josefina Villarreal died after she was hit by a car and dragged yesterday on Roosevelt Avenue near Loop 410 just after 8 o'clock in the morning. San Antonio police say that she was a woman who was walking when she was hit by the car. Now, the driver told him that he did not see her before that accident.
A call to action at Harper ISD after a staff member accused of invasively recording a 15-year-old girl off campus. The suspect, Pedro de Luna III, and this morning, the district is urging anyone who may know about inappropriate conduct by de Luna to call Harper ISD police or the Gillespie County Sheriff's Office. Court records obtained from Gillespie County show de Luna was booked and already released. And according to Facebook post by Harper ISD, the alleged incident did not happen on school grounds, not during school hours, and did not involve a district student.
A San Antonio police officer recovering after being punched, bitten, and then scratched. This all happened outside a business near Roosevelt Avenue and Loop 410 on the south side of town. Police were responding to a disturbance there when they approached a man who then punched the officer and then tried to run away. Officers chased that man and then used a taser on him. As they arrested him, though, officers say that the suspect, David Perez, allegedly bit and scratched that officer. She was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. All right, check this out. Interesting story here. What would you think about armadillos on San Antonio city streets? Well, we're not talking about the animals, y'all. These armadillos are bumps that create a protected bike lane. District 1 wants your feedback on this. Just scan the QR code that you see on your screen to take their survey. The plan would add them along Cincinnati Avenue from I-10 to Zarzamora. But one trade-off, though, it would remove curbside parking on that stretch of road.
An unexpected development out of Washington, where President Donald Trump announced that he will be pardoning Texas Democratic lawmaker Jaime Cuellar and his wife. The couple was facing federal bribery charges ahead of an uphill re-election battle. President Trump said that Cuellar was targeted for speaking out against the Biden administration's border policies. And here is another big change for you that could affect what you drive and how much you pay at the pump. President Donald Trump proposing weaker fuel economy standards, rolling back the rules that former President Joe Biden put in place last year. Well, the move would make it easier for automakers to sell more gas-powered cars, and many in the industry are applauding it. There are those critics out there, though. They're saying that it could mean higher costs for drivers and more pollution on the roadways, but the plan could be finalized next year.
All right, 6:09, 56 degrees as we go outside for you. Still very drizzly and foggy and just not so nice. We're awaiting a cold front, which is just to our north and west. This is going to bring changes today. More rain in the forecast and another messy commute tomorrow. We'll break it all down coming up.
Well, thank you very much, Justin. If money is tight this Christmas, many will try to use one of those buy now, pay later programs. Up next, we're going to tell you what can happen if you miss some of those payments, though, and when you should definitely not use them.
And self-driving Waymos passing stopped school buses, and the feds are investigating. Waymo says that they're safe, but is that enough? Next, we break it all down.
Hi, welcome back. It is 6:14, and as the holiday shopping rush ramps up, many people are turning to buy now, pay later to help cover gifts, especially when money is tight. However, while using this is convenient, it can quickly snowball into debt. And here's what to watch out for.
It's easy to be tempted by buy now, pay later. And for Pamela Reyes, it seemed like a good way to stretch her budget.
A big portion of it was just convenience, being able to split the payments so I wouldn't have to take big hits to my bank account.
But as Pamela found, it's very easy to lose track of buy now, pay later loans, especially when taking out more than one at a time.
The smaller ones kind of took me off because I forgot about them. If I'd been in paycheck to paycheck situation, that could have been kind of disastrous.
Consumer Reports investigations have found that buy now, pay later can lead to overspending and sometimes debt. So people who miss buy now, pay later payments can get hit with higher than expected fees or interest, and those missed payments can even show up on their credit report.
Some buy now, pay later lenders report missed or late payments to the credit bureaus, which could hurt your credit score, just like missing a credit card bill. That's why it's so important to stay on top of the loan payments.
When using these services, Consumer Reports recommends that you carefully select which loan you're applying for and determine if it will charge you fees or interest.
Avoid taking multiple loans out at once. And if you do, try to stick with the same company so you're not managing payments from different places.
Set reminders for every due date so you don't miss a payment or risk overdraft fees. And keep this in mind when it comes to returns. It's much easier to sort those out with a credit card. With buy now, pay later, the process can take longer, and you may still be on the hook for payments until everything is resolved. As for Pamela, her experience has taught her to be extra careful with anything involving payment.
If you could not afford to make the payment in one go, I would not even consider the buy now, pay later.
Stephanie.
Well, Pamela says she is also on a debt management plan with the nonprofit Money Management International to reduce her credit card debt. And she says it has helped her strengthen her budgeting habits and stay away from that debt that she doesn't need.
All right, thank you very much, Steph. Well, the Spurs using some late game magic. You like that, Justin? Like how I wrote that? To pull off another thriller last night in Orlando. Darren Fox went out for 31 points, including the Spurs' final 10 points as he sealed it with 2 clutch free throws with just over a second left. Orlando still had a shot to win, though, but the big man, the Green Cornet, Luke Cornet, came in flying with a game-saving block at the buzzer. The Spurs win this one 114-112. They improved to 15-6. They won 7 of their last 9, even without a guy named Victor Wembanyama in the lineup. So the Spurs will continue the road trip. Tomorrow night, they are headed out to the land, Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. Again, Wemby and Steph Castle hopefully will return within a week for our San Antonio Spurs.
Yay.
And I think we're 4th or 5th right now in the Western Conference.
Yeah, we kind of maybe been going back 3rd to 4th, 5th, but yeah, awesome. Good stuff. Yeah,
doing
awesome.
Well in the game. Doing well on the roadways.
We are struggling a little bit on the roadways,
Lord.
Jeff. Let's go to, let's check in with Alex first, because he's on the west side. He's been covering this accident that involved a tractor trailer. So let's check in with him. Alex?
Yeah, good morning, RJ, and it's not looking so good. I am in tune with the police scanners, and it sounds like they're going to call out an empty trailer to come out here to transfer the cargo from the old trailer into the new one. If that's the case, this is going to be here for much longer, probably most of the morning, RJ. So just know that right now what's happening, 151 eastbound is going to be completely shut down right at 36th Street. That's where you have to exit. So your best alternate route right now is to exit early, exit Callahan Road, and drive south to Highway 90. Get on from that point, because right now 151 eastbound is going to be pretty backed up all the way to Penn Road right now. RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. So we come back out. That is Alex's drive cam shot, and we can show you a map exactly what Alex is looking at. This entire stretch of 151, again, eastbound traffic head over to 90. We are seeing some major backups over here. As Alex mentioned, South Callahan probably going to be one of your best options to try and navigate through this. We're looking at about a 35 minute delay just to get through that stretch. 29 minutes as promised inbound drive times. That's going to be our biggest delay. And then we also have this crash in the downtown area. This is going to be 35 south headed over to 90. We are seeing some major backups here as well. Let's check in with our weather authority meteorologist, Justin Horn. How are things looking outside, man? I know it's been a rough start on the roads, which people know.
Well, it's been damp and drizzly all night long, so the roads are definitely going to be slick. Let's look a little closer here at the city of San Antonio. This is all really light stuff. This is that drizzle, but there's enough of it to where you basically have got your windshield wipers, probably on the medium levels. As we look a little bit further north, some pockets of more moderate rain, I suppose, stretching up along 281 around the Canyon Lake area, and that's moving up towards Austin, although this is kind of coming to an end. We are going to continue to see some showers and light drizzle, I think, especially until this front moves in. And speaking of, it's still just off to our north. It's starting to move through the hill country, but it is currently 49 in Fredericksburg, 44 in Rock Springs, 58 in Uvalde on the other side of the front, 54 in Del Rio. But we'll get this push, and this front should be through here by about sunrise, and that'll start the process of temperatures gradually falling today. So 53 at 8 o'clock, 52 at 9 a.m., 51 at 10 a.m. We'll keep spotty showers in the forecast. Now, I do think maybe a little bit less in the way of rain this afternoon. Even still, there will be some sprinkles, some light rain here and there. Temperatures right around 50 midday, and then by the afternoon hours, we may drop into the 40s. And yes, we're still going to see some stray showers, maybe some drizzle redeveloping in spots. These are the high temperatures today around the area. And I say high temperatures, these are the temperatures around 4 or 5 o'clock. So this is where we will end up this afternoon. And we're talking 40s for most locations. And again, it will be just kind of chilly and damp. Futurecast. Front comes through. We start to see some of those showers moving in here and there during the day today. Although I will tell you, I think the best chance of rain comes early tomorrow morning. This is where we could see a shield of rain moving through. And if that happens, of course, Friday morning's commute could be pretty ugly too with some rain. Now, it's not going to be heavy. It's not going to add up to a whole lot, but just light rain in the forecast. And then that should come to an end Friday afternoon. And we'll get some clearing this weekend, which the weekend looks fantastic. 70 on Saturday, 69 on Sunday. Great weather next week too. So it's just kind of today and tomorrow where you want a jacket, an umbrella, and just stay indoors maybe if you can.
All right. We're looking at 621 right now and 56 degrees outside.
Okay, coming up in just a bit, we're going to give you the very latest on Good Morning San Antonio. Also we're talking about these Waymos and some potential concerns with them. We'll be right back with more.
In this morning's GMA First Look, school bus safety scare. What you're seeing is a series of close calls showing Waymos passing school buses filled with children. They aim to be the world's most trusted driver.
The Waymo driver will take care of you and keep you safe from point A to point B.
But this morning, growing concerns. In Austin, Texas, the school district says these self-driving robo-taxis are performing illegal maneuvers around stopped school buses, prompting an investigation from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We've noticed a consistent, every week there seems to be just a few more.
Waymo says safety is its priority, claiming its driverless cars have a much lower crash rate than human drivers.
What's really important, though, is that we're learning from all the different scenarios that we encounter.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on self-driving cars and school bus safety. With your GMA First Look, I'm Will Reeve, ABC News, New York.
All right, your Just Ask Justin question this morning is about cheetahs because it's International Cheetah Day, so why not? What is the top estimated speed of cheetahs? You can vote. Right now, 70 miles per hour is leading the way.
Scams are back at it again on Facebook, but this time targeting our most sacred HEB customers. Now, I looked around and I actually found some people who fell for it, but I also found some people who saw those red flags. And we're going to talk about those red flags that HEB is warning about. Plus, this time of year is known for the holidays, but it's also known for the flu cases. And we're talking about the uptick in numbers already being seen this year, and also the simple things you can do to keep yourself protected.
Drizzly and foggy this morning. We've got a cold front coming through. The commutes could be affected not only today, but tomorrow too. We'll fill you in coming up.
A Good Samaritan hit and nearly killed by an unidentified driver this morning. Why? He's asking for your help.
It is the first time that this premier run and outdoor specialty retail conference trade show is here in San Antonio. We are talking about the running event, and we're going to tell you how this impacts our city.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
All right, coming up on 6:30. Happy Thursday, guys, and thanks so much for waking up with us. And if you did wake up, you noticed the roadways were a little wet, a little damp here and there. But meteorologist Justin Horn with our weather authorities breaking all that down. Apparently, we're not going to dry out either.
No, rain's going to stay in the forecast, Jeff. I think we're going to see drizzle and fog this morning. Then it will transition to more just some light showers this afternoon. Either way, no matter how you slice it, it's just not a very nice day. And that is certainly the case this morning. Roads are wet. We continue to see some drizzle around the area. This is this light green here is basically just that light misty drizzle. And we do have a couple showers mixed in there as well. Again, we're talking semantics here. It's just it's wet and it's damp. And we'll continue to see that even as a front comes through. And right now that front is just to our north and west. What does this mean for temperatures today? Well, it's going to be a gradual fall. We'll go from the mid-50s where we are now, likely into the 40s by this afternoon as some of this cooler air works in from the north and west. It will also be a little bit breezy. So breaking down the forecast for you, 51 at 10 o'clock. 50 at noontime. Eventually, we get all the way down to 48 by 5 o'clock, and you see the rain chances there. They do fall off a little bit this afternoon, but look, we're still probably going to see a few showers around the area. So my suggestion to you, coat, umbrella, you'll want both, not only today, but probably tomorrow too, with rain staying in the forecast. We'll detail the Friday forecast and the all-important weekend forecast coming up. But now we go over to a very busy man this morning, your traffic authority, RJ Marquez. What are you seeing?
All right, thank you very much for that, Justin. And yes, slick roads out there for many of our folks making their way out at 6:31 this morning. So just to let you know, we've just issued a couple of different traffic alerts. One for an accident that we're going to talk about in just a bit, 151 at 90 with Alex, and then also another incident that took place at 35 and 90, which looks like that is in the process of starting to clear out. So again, we sent those out on the KSAT News app, and you can get that information online. 281 Sprucewood traffic is moving along after a crash there that they have also cleared out for our drivers near the San Antonio airport. So 37 minutes from Castroville, that's going to be our biggest delay at the moment. Despite some of the rain we're seeing on the roads, everything else is looking pretty good for the most part. Again, good job by a lot of our crews, the hero trucks out there, and SAPD kind of clearing out a lot of different incidents that we saw about an hour or so ago. Our biggest delay right now is going to be over here, 151 at 90. We do have a crash that involved a tractor trailer on the west side. So let's go to our photojournalist, Alex Gomez. He's in drive cam with us where things are getting a little bit messy out there. Alex, what's the latest?
Yeah, good morning, RJ, and it's a huge delay right now. This scene has been here for at least 2 hours now, and I can show you what's happening right here. The scene hasn't changed much. We still have the tractor and the trailer still out here on the side of the road. So just know that if you are coming down 151 eastbound, you have to exit right there at 36th Street. That's why we're trying to say to exit early. Take that Callahan exit and drive south to Highway 90. Get on the highway from that area, because right now 151 eastbound is going to be completely backed up from Highway 90 all the way up to Penn Road right now, RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. Some major delays there for our drivers on the west side. Coming up just a bit, we'll show you our northeast side traffic and the far northwest side in just a few moments. Our top story this half hour, a man in critical condition after a violent incident at a Southside bar. So this all happened last night around 9:15 on South Presa Street, where a man in his mid-30s suffered multiple cuts. Investigators say that he may have been involved in an altercation with another man who is in his mid-20s, who then fled the scene on foot and has not been found. This incident is now under investigation.
Parents and students reacting after a teacher was accused of sexually assaulting another student. San Antonio police arrested 46-year-old Eduardo Cantu. He teaches mariachi at McCollum High School and is accused of sexually assaulting a 16-year-old girl in his classroom. Authorities say that the school learned of the allegation in mid-November, but most parents and students only found out after the arrest.
It kind of gave off that energy because he was a little weird around the girls.
I'm not surprised that this has happened again because, well, it's happened before, you know? It's kind of becoming a theme here at McCollum, it seems like.
Earlier this year, we did report on a McCollum basketball coach who also was accused of sexually assaulting a student. Well, that coach ended up resigning from his job. SAPD says that he has not been arrested, and they have now closed that investigation.
Well, this morning we are awaiting a potential court appearance of a fired Schertz police officer, again fired in connection with a sexual assault investigation. We're talking about 31-year-old Alberto de la Torre, who is now under arrest following a traffic stop in Cibolo. He faces 2 counts of sexual assault. We first brought you this story last week when de la Torre was fired. Texas Rangers were called in after a complaint, and they say that they found enough evidence to obtain arrest warrants. De la Torre had been with Schertz PD for 5 years.
I was hit so hard, I flew over the vehicle and landed in the bed of my truck. How do you hit somebody like that and not stop for him?
Well, it's been 2 months and counting since Edward Ruiz and Victoria Rogers were both hit by a driver and left for dead. Good morning, I'm Patty Santos. And we still don't know who that driver is, but this morning we are hearing for the first time from Edward Ruiz, the Good Samaritan who risked his life to help a stranded motorist. He stopped in the medium of the dark FM 78 near Loop 1604 to help a woman with a flat tire. Then a car hit them both.
So I'm guessing I got hit right around here and flipped over, ended up in the bed of my truck.
The impact lifted Edward Ruiz off the ground. The driver sped away, leaving the 2 people hurt in that dark road.
They actually didn't even know where the second driver was until somebody looked in the bed of the truck.
It was just after midnight on September 14th.
Pitch black outside, and I know it's a really difficult spot, but I was in a good mood, and I don't normally stop for people. But I said, you know, why not?
The next thing he remembers is waking up in the hospital. His first thought was for that woman.
And my question is she alive?
Universal City Police say they were both hit by this silver or gray Ford Fiesta hatchback, model year 2011 to 2019. The driver could face charges of failure to render aid.
Where they connected my neck to my skull.
Ruiz suffered over 14 fractures. Part of his intestine was removed, and he faces more surgeries. He has this message for the driver.
I know I haven't been perfect either, but even if I was wasted, I know I hit two people. And this girl, he didn't care. Just kept going.
And Ruiz expects to be out of work until next spring, and he says he has just used up all his savings. And we're going to show you the picture of that vehicle that police are looking for one more time. If you know anything about this accident, who owns that vehicle or who was driving it, you are urged to call Universal City Police 210-658-5353. And of course, you can find this details of this story on KSAT.com. Reporting live this morning, I'm Patty Santos.
All right, thank you, Patty. Okay, here's a story that's getting a lot of attention right now. San Antonio police say that a cat named Smokey, who was shot with a blow dart, is recovering after a shocking incident. A homeowner found a dart with an orange tip from a blowgun stuck in Smokey's spine on Spring Terrace near Prue Road. Detectives have been talking to neighbors since last Friday and looking for the video, but so far there are no leads. If you know anything, you need to call SAPD's Property Crimes Unit.
Okay, 6:38. Well, the elderly are often targets for scams and financial exploitation. Well, now San Antonio City Councilwoman, you see her right there, Terry Castillo, wants the city to take more steps to protect older San Antonians. And one of the ideas that she laid out in a policy proposal includes updating the city's rules for door-to-door sales.
Ideally, if established, there could be opportunity to potentially call Constituent Services Office, call 311 to verify that is in fact a registered solicitor with the city.
And that was Terry Castillo with KSAT reporter Garrett Berger. Her proposal also includes elements for education and awareness.
All right, speaking of scams, HEB warning about one on Facebook where it claims to offer a large gift card or shopping spree if you click on a link or share it through Facebook Messenger. It's not real, though. HEB says that it's not running giveaways on Facebook, and it also wouldn't ask customers for login or sensitive personal information. In the future, if you do see an HEB promotion, you need to verify it through HEB's official social media channels, heb.com, or the HEB app.
Okay, you'll definitely want to take a look at this. Caught on camera out of California, a U.S. Air Force Thunderbird pilot ejected from a fighter jet before it crashed during a training mission. Check this out. The F-16C Fighting Falcon crashed near Trona, which is west of Bakersfield, and burst into flames. You can see later on, you're going to see a large, thick cloud of smoke. Check that out. It's rising quickly from the ground. San Bernardino County officials said the pilot was taken to the hospital, fortunately with non-life-threatening injuries. Okay, and check this out. Out of Florida, authorities there responding to an unusual roadblock. We're talking about this guy right there, a 14-foot, 600-pound alligator that just decided to park itself in the middle of a street in Sarasota County. The reptile is so large, so big, that it took 7 deputies and a skilled trapper, of course, to remove the gator from the road and load it onto the truck. So on Facebook, the sheriff's office said the gator was released, thankfully, to an alligator farm. Justin.
Boy, right there.
That is.
All right, outside with Cam, 640, 56 degrees right now. Cloudy, drizzly here in San Antonio. We'll see some showers today. This is the future radar for tomorrow. So we've got more rain in our future. The question is, does it last into the weekend? We'll show you the timeline coming up.
All right, and taking a look at our traffic situation on the west side of town, we've got major delays right now. 151 90. We're going to be giving you an update on this. Alex Gomez on the ground, also checking in on traffic on the northeast and northwest sides of town. Jeff.
The premier run and outdoor specialty retail conference hitting our city for the very first time. Up next, while the president and CEO of San Antonio Sports says that this is a big win for the Alamo City.
Hi, welcome back. It is 6:44, and San Antonio is hosting North America's largest running and outdoor retail apparel convention and expo. It's called The Running Event, and it's been happening all this week. And this means there have been about 4,000 people in and out of the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center on Tuesday, Wednesday, and also today. So all leading up to the San Antonio Marathon weekend, which starts tomorrow.
The Running Event, which is a running and outdoor specialty retail conference and trade show, is officially here in San Antonio, marking a successful first year in its new location.
I heard this was in Austin before, so they made the move to San Antonio. That's a big deal for us, right?
That was a huge win for San Antonio, the city, Visit San Antonio. We had a little bit of luck when Austin decided to shut down their convention center and do some renovations, but we were up against some stiff competition to steal this away, and very proud that it will be here for the next 3 years.
The 2025 exhibit hall features 357 exhibitors from across the U.S., including 124 first-time brands. And with all these visitors here in San Antonio, the Running Event is projecting that they will have a significant economic impact on our city, bringing in millions in direct spending from hospitality, retail, transportation, and other services.
All of these exhibitors are here showcasing the 2026 apparel lines, the new shoe lines, to retailers to try to get them into their, next year's lines in their stores. And so it's the who's who of the running and outdoor world.
It's about bringing this industry together and kind of building the community within that industry. So we have a lot of networking events, a lot of opportunities beyond just the exhibit hall for people to really connect and meet.
And according to Visit San Antonio's economic projections, hosting the Running Event 2025 is expected to generate an economic impact of more than $5.7 million, fueled by $3.3 million in direct spending and millions more through indirect business sales, job support, and of course, local tax revenue. So the Running Event convention continues today, and while it's not open to the general public, we are told that some of these apparel and shoe brands from this convention will stay over for the San Antonio Marathon Expo that starts tomorrow at noon. And now, whether you're registered for any of those races this weekend or not, everyone is welcome to attend the San Antonio Marathon Expo, which is free and open to the public.
All right, thank you, Steph. That's like Stephanie's happy place right there. Marathon Expo, yes. All right, speaking of traffic now, let's talk about this because obviously good news is we're probably not going to see this type of weather or anything like this on the road Sunday morning, but we did clear out this one crash, 35 at 90, just kind of cycling through some of our cameras. You see that several of our TransGuide traffic cameras this morning have raindrops on there, slick roads, so be careful if you are about to step outside. Want to show you our citywide map, kind of zoom in a little bit on the northeast and northwest sides of town, and basically we are good to go here. No major construction concerns on the northeast side over there, and on the far northwest side over by Helotes, seeing our normal buildup of traffic that we see during our 6 o'clock hour for all of our folks headed 1604 north over by Helotes. And good morning to all of our folks there. We still have that stalled vehicle 281 South Hildebrand. This is always a tricky stretch of highway because it winds through Olmos Park, through parts of obviously the Zoo, Trinity area as well. And so be careful if you're headed on 281 South right now. But our biggest concern at the moment still going to be on the far west side. Seeing our traffic build, we're looking at close to an hour delays now for all of our drivers that are coming on 151 East over to 90. So let's go to photojournalist Alex Gomez and Drive Cam with the very latest out there to give us an update on what is happening on the west side.
Yeah, good morning, RJ. And the scene's not getting any better. The traffic is still pretty bad on the access road, even on the main lanes of 151 eastbound. The highway is still going to be shut down on the eastbound lanes. And just know that you have to exit 36th Street. 151 westbound not being affected by this. You can still make your way up to 410 that way. But I would recommend if you are headed to Highway 90, just exit early, exit Callahan Road, and then you can re-enter Highway 90 from that area, RJ.
Okay, thank you, Alex. And I just updated our data. We're looking at about an hour and a half to 2 hour delay for anyone coming from 410 over to 90 on 151. Jeff.
All right, with the holiday season in full swing, we got some flu cases on the rise where doctors are saying they're especially seeing a spike in kids ages 5 to 7. Now, CDC estimates more than 1 million cases so far this season, 11,000 people hospitalized and 450 deaths. Doctors say the single best way to reduce the risk of flu is to get vaccinated. And of course, a good reminder every year, you got to cover your coughs, wash those hands, and stay home if you feel sick.
Coughing to the elbow, don't forget, that's the best way to go. Anyway, Authority radar this morning shows we still have damp conditions here around San Antonio, showers, and really it's mainly just light drizzle working through town, but man, it's been not so nice on the roadways as RJ's and Alex have been reporting. We've got some showers up around the Austin area. All of this to say it's going to be a damp start to your morning. Temperatures right now are still at 56. We've been stuck here for quite a while. And temperatures have been kind of just holding here in the 50s, but we've got a cold front that's going to be moving through here very shortly, and it will make a difference. Temperatures behind the front continue to fall. 46 Fredericksburg, 42 now in Rock Springs, 41 in Sonora, 30s up in the parts of north central Texas, and this cold air is starting to ease towards Bexar County. So we'll see temperatures kind of just slowly drop today as this front moves through. What about precipitation? Well, I think we'll see some spotty showers here and there. I don't know that we'll see a lot. This is around 5 o'clock. Shows a little bit of rain here around San Antonio. It's not going to be heavy. It'll be sprinkles and light rain, but just kind of a damp, coldish day. And as we get into tomorrow, I do think the rain becomes a little bit more widespread. This is 4 a.m. tomorrow. And then 7 a.m., we have maybe just a shield of light rain coming through, which means the Friday morning commute, it will also be ugly and cold. This will last through about midday, and then by the afternoon, the rain will scoot out of here. We'll get some clearing late Friday, and that will lead to a great weekend. Let me walk you through today hour by hour. 53 at 8 o'clock, 40% chance of some spotty showers. 50 at 11 o'clock, 50 noontime. And there you see the temperatures just slowly easing down. 48 degrees at 5 o'clock. Still, stray shower in the forecast. And the weekend, oh, well, this is where it gets better. 70 on Saturday, 69 Sunday. Mostly sunny and nice on Saturday. Maybe a little breezy on Sunday for the marathon, but all in all, good weather here. And good weather next week, too. So not a bad extended forecast. We just got to get through today and tomorrow. I'm thinking today's one of those days where I'm just going to throw a bunch of stuff in a crock pot, call it a dinner. Nice and warm, soup or something, you know. All right. Our Just Ask Justin question this morning has to do with International Cheetah Day. If you weren't aware, it is International Cheetah Day.
Oh my gosh.
What is the top estimated speed of cheetahs? We have a straight up tie for 70, 85, and 100. You guys want to lodge a guess here? Wow, 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 wow. That's a good sound effect.
I think I'll go 70 miles per hour.
70?
I'm going 70.
Okay, I wish we could phone a friend, the San Antonio Zoo, but I'm going to go be 70 miles per hour as well. Justin, for the win.
You know what, guys? Y'all are very smart.
Yay!
It is.
Look at that.
More or less. They can't say that exactly, but they believe it's somewhere between 65 and 70 miles per hour. And they can go 0 to 60 in less than 3 seconds. That's faster than a Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's faster than my mood, too. You get it? 0 to 60. Anyway.
0 to 100.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
6:52 right now, guys. 56 degrees outside.
Okay, coming up on GMSA Plus, could the future of energy be on the moon? We're going to tell you how the dust of our closest celestial neighbor is being used to keep things going up in space.
All right, folks, it's damp, it's wet out there. Temperatures are still in the mid-50s, but we'll see numbers fall today thanks to a frontal boundary. We'll be in the upper 40s by late this afternoon and this evening. Still some showers around today, cloudy. We'll see more showers tomorrow morning, so another messy commute on your Friday. Does clear out for the weekend, though. 70 Saturday, 69 Sunday, and good dry weather next week. Next couple days, not so nice, RJ.
No, definitely not, Justin. 6:56, your traffic authority right now. We got a big mess on the west side of town. Check this out. Traffic now from 151 all the way to Military Drive for all of our drivers that are trying to get onto 90 right now. We're looking at a 2-hour delay on the west side of town. We're going to give you more updates on that, plus show you some of these other cameras that are seeing some rain across our area. Coming up in just a little bit on GMSA Plus, we have more traffic, news, weather in just a few moments. Stay with us.
What?